The dreadful debt must be paid. She would pay it. They dismissed their maid. They changed their lodgings. They rented a garret under the roof. So the debt dreadful. Why it is said dreadful? Because of the debt they are leading a miserable life. So it is termed as dreadful debt. Then they would pay it off. For this they dismissed their maid. यानी कि मेड को उन्होंने काम से निकाल दिया. They started doing their chores on themselves. Then they changed their lodgings, their house. They rented a garret under the roof. Garret is a small uncomfortable room on the top of the house. They gave it on rent. Lodgings means the house. So they changed their house and they moved to a garret. She came to know the drudgery of housework. Then the housework she has to do it now because they removed the maid from her work. The hideous labors, the odious labors of the kitchen. She washed the dishes, the dirty linen. She carried the garbage down to the street every morning and carried up the water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath, and dressed like a commoner. Now here she had to do all her house chores. She did the dishes, the dirty linen, clothes. Then she took the garbage down to throw. Then every morning, then she carried up the water. For water also she had to go down and collect it. Then she had to bargain at the markets, quarrel and face insults on every miserable sou. So for saving, sou is a French coin of low value used in past. So जैसे in if we are using our currency, how we fight for one rupee. So the people who want to save money, they bargain. भाव करते, okay, they bargain and they try to save money, one coin. So same she had, her situation was like that now. Each month they had to pay some loans, renew others, get more time. So every month their life had become like this only. They had to pay the loans, some they had to renew again, and by renewing they used to get more time to pay the next new debt. Now her husband worked extra every evening, doing accounts for tradesmen, and often late into the night he sat copying a manuscript at 5 sous a page. Now her husband was also working extra. In the evening he used to do accounts for a tradesman. At night he used to copy manuscript and he used to get 5 sous for one page. And this life lasted 10 years. At the end of 10 years they had paid off everything, even the interest. So 10 years they had led a miserable life, paying the debts, clearing their loans. Madame Loisel looked old now. Now after 10 years and such a drudgery life, she started looking old now. Often she brooded over the past. Brooded यानी she thought sadly over the past. What would have happened if she had not lost the necklace? So she used to think, अगर वो necklace गुम नहीं होता तो क्या होता था? How strange life is. How fickle. How fickle means how changeable. We can never tell what happens in the next moment. How little is needed for one to be ruined or saved. Right? By only doing one mistake, you ruin your whole life. So she was brooding about her life that day. One Sunday, as she was walking in the Champs-Élysées, suddenly she saw Madame Forestier, still young, still beautiful, still charming. So one day she saw Mr. Forrester. She was like that only, same charming and pretty. Nothing had changed in her state. Madame Loisel felt emotional. Should she speak to her? Yes, of course. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. Why not? Now Madame Loisel thought, she felt emotional and she thought, should I speak to her? Should I tell her what had happened? Then she thought that yes, of course I should tell her now that I have cleared all the debts and I've cleared everything, then I should tell her, and why not? She went up to her. Good morning, Jeanie. The other, astonished to be addressed so familiarly by this common woman, did not recognize her. She stammered. The other, here this other is the Madame Forestier. She was astonished to be addressed. Addressed means some now Madame Loisel is trying to say hello to her. So now Madame Forestier is astonished that who is this common woman who is so familiar to her, and she is not able to recognize her. She stammered. She stammered means stuck when you get stuck when talking to someone, you don't recognize the person, you stammer. So Madame Forestier also stammered, but Madam, I don't know. You must have made a mistake. So Madame Forestier told Madame Loisel that you must have made a mistake. I don't know you. No, I am Mathilde Loisel. Her friend uttered a cry. Oh, my poor Mathilde, how you've changed. So Madame Loisel said that I am Mathilde. Then Mrs. Forestier, she uttered a cry. Oh, what happened to you? How you have changed, because she could not recognize her. Yes, I have had some hard times since I last saw you, and many miseries, and all because of you. So Madame Loisel started her words by saying that I had many difficult times and all many miseries because of you. Then Mrs. Forestier was also astonished. Me? How can that be? Then she was asking that how can I be the reason behind your miseries? Then she said, you remember that diamond necklace that you lent me to wear to the ministry party? Then she replied, yes, well, I lost it. Then Loisel said that she lost it. What do you mean you brought it back? Then Forestier said, Mrs. Forestier, that what do you mean you had returned it back? I brought you back another exactly like it, and it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. It wasn't easy for us, we had very little. But at last it is over, and I am very glad. So she explained Mrs. Forestier that I had brought the exactly alike of it, and it took us 10 years to pay for it, and it was not easy. We had very little, and still we are glad that we recovered from our debts. Madame Forestier was stunned. She was very shocked. You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine. She was again shocked that you brought a real diamond necklace to replace mine. Then Madame Loisel said, yes, you didn't notice then? They were very similar. And she smiled with proud and innocent pleasure. Then this smile of innocent pleasure was from Madame Loisel because she was innocent. She lost the necklace and then she returned it. Then Madame Forestier, deeply moved, took both her hands and said, oh, my poor Mathilde, mine was an imitation. It was worth 500 francs at most. Then Madame Forestier was deeply moved because that necklace which she had given was an imitation. It was not a real diamond necklace. So she took both her hands and said that it was an imitation jewelry and it was not worth more than 500 francs. So here we come to the end of the chapter. Now here you can see how Mathilde had led a very miserable life, paying debts and suffering the poor grudges and leading a very poor life. But at last, when she finds out that it was only an imitation jewelry, then and even Mrs. Forestier was deeply moved. Even she was sorry to see her state because of the necklace. So here we end with the chapter.